Hi, hi Darren. Thank you for taking time out of your
Of course.
pandemic to speak with us. Now, Spiral was supposed to be released, this time sort of last year. How has it been having to, sit on this film for this length of time?
Well, I think I gained 25 pounds in the year so if you would have done this interview last year, I would have been a lot thinner. No, listen, we've all gone through with this insane last 18, 15 months of, depression and heartache and isolation. And I think in some respects, it's this kind of really cathartic release for me, at least, is there's finally a light at the end of the tunnel. We're starting to get vaccines rolled out. Theaters are starting to open again. So it feels like this, maybe it feels a little bigger to me than it would have if it just came out when it was supposed to, because we would have been buried in the theater with other movies. And now there's just kind of, I don't know, a spotlight on it, a return to cinema, at least in the United States. And I think in other places of the world where you're starting to see theaters open again, that Spiral will be one of the first movies back in that kind of traditional theatrical release method.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously this time around, you've got Samuel L. Jackson, you've got Chris Rock. Neither of them are particularly known for working within this genre. What was it like working with those guys as collaborators?
It couldn't have been cooler. I mean, Chris Rock specifically was, he was a fan. And I think that him and I had a lot of conversations about the movie, the style of movie we wanted to make. To have him in my corner, I mean, Chris Rock is a filmmaker himself. He's a director, he's a writer. So was Max Mingela. That was something else. Max Mingela, who, he's not only is an actor, he's a director. So I felt really supported. And I also, if I was ever unsure of something, getting insight from these guys, it was a very collaborative process from the very first day. The collaboration on, and Chris gave me some of my best ideas that I'm going to take credit for, that I'll say I came up with them. I didn't, he did, but I'm going to take credit for them. Like, I'll tell everyone that I wrote the Forrest Gump scene. That was me. I wrote that. I didn't write that. That was Chris Rock, but I'm going to take credit for it.
I mean, it's a slight departure from the Saw that we know and love, but I think there are still enough elements there for the fans of the original. So, what are people going to get when they finally get back into theaters to watch it?
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I'm a huge Saw fan, but I feel like they got, trying to think of the right way to say it. They became complicated. They became dense. The mythology was so interconnected and so interwoven with one another that you kind of had to know a lot going into. You had to know timelines. Flashbacks became confusing. I kind of wanted to wipe the slate clean and say, forget all of that. On top of that, I wanted it to be more about story, going back to more Saw 1 than it was Saw 4, 5, 6 onwards, where they became so dense and just, they were trying to be so tricky to the audience that they became convoluted a little bit. And that's including my own. So I wanted to go back to more of a Saw 1 approach, which is a more central storyline. And then underneath that storyline, there were traps and there were horror. I think as the subsequent films happened, the traps and horror was the A storyline, and then the actual thing was the B storyline. We tried to switch that on this one. Also, we wanted to interject humor in this, which we've never had before. We've never had humor in a Saw movie. And I think that we wanted to let the audience know it's okay to laugh. Yes, we understand this is Chris Rock. We understand that this is Samuel L. Jackson. That's why you get the moments of humor and levity from Chris, and you get the motherfuckers from Sam. Like, it's okay to laugh at these things. And so I think that opened the door for us to a lot of like really cool ideas, knowing that we let the audience know that's okay.
And I can't wait to, get back and see it in theaters, everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice meeting you.